Episode 5 of Agent Kim Reactivated begins in 2014 with a young Minji and Mr. Kim moving into a new house. Hamsoo and Park Jin-cho are helping, while Minji goes to the playground with a few kids without telling Kim. At said playground, she enters Cheolwon Senior Welfare Center to hide. She winds up falling asleep and is accidentally locked up. Now Minji tries to escape through the window and finds help from a high school student. She finally goes back home, much to Kim's relief, who was frantically looking for her. Kim tells his daughter not to go off alone by herself and breaks into tears. Minji consoles her dad. After that, we're brought back to the present where Golden Teeth spots Minji. Golden Teeth calls his incoming thugs to visit the office and Kim badly beats the thugs there. Sangman then comes clean about the ordeal. Upon hearing this, Kim swears to kill all of them if Minji is truly dead. Jin-cho manages to escape in the midst of all this, leaving the agents behind. Kim follows the other thug from the office, eventually finding him and crashing his car. Golden Teeth then receives the update from the office. Hamsoo drags Mole Cricket's body out of the river and finds Jin-cho there. Hamsoo and Jin-cho decide to arm themselves and split up to reach the port. Kim is on the way to the cold storage when the other thugs corner him. Golden Teeth tries to strike a deal with Minji to play ignorant of the ordeal, but she doesn't agree. Kim beats up the thugs and proceeds to the cold storage, but he's rammed by 66's car, where another fight ensues between them. The new 66 challenges Kim to kill him like he killed his older brother. The fight between 66 and Kim continues there, while 66 finally gains clarity about his brother's death. Now a short flashback tells us about the older 66 and Kim's training day. The older 66 and Kim were friends back then, where the older 66 remembers Kim's surname. The older 66 asks Kim to not forget him. The next day they're assigned an operation with the promise of a house and reunion with their family if they pass. During said operation, the older 66 loses his leg, bleeding profusely. Kim tries to save him, but to no avail. Kim then tries to pull the trigger on himself, but the older 66 stops him. He asks him to survive no matter what as he breathes his last. As the flashback ends, we see Kim caught by the South Korean agents. Now in the present, Minji is struggling to keep warm and recalls her last moments with her father. Golden Teeth finds his thug, Gang Min, who reveals the ordeal with Kim. And Minji takes his chance to escape, trapping Golden Teeth inside the cold storage. Now while this is happening, Mr. Kim and 66 are still fighting, with 66 refusing to believe a word that Mr. Kim says. We're then taken to another flashback with the South Korean intelligence agency's boss after Kim defeated Park Jin-cho. The agent also reveals that the information about his latest operation was leaked by Mr. Kim's North Korean boss, Yong Ryong. Back in the present, the new 66 is shocked to hear the truth. Kim leaves to find Minji, who's struggling to get out of the port. Kim remembers his wife's final words here and reaches a cold storage, but Minji is long gone. Now Mr. Ju's men arrive at the port and Minji hides herself in a room. Kim finds Minji's message on the floor though with an apology to him. Kim goes out to search for her and Minji hears his voice but disregards it as a hallucination. Minji jumps over the port's fence and Kim runs after her. Now Mr. Ju orders his men to search the premises while Mole Cricket gains consciousness and gets updates. However, Mole Cricket's wallet and cards are drained by Jin-cho. Hamsoo buys an old motorcycle, whereas Jin-cho continues in the SMD agent's car. Sangmin wakes up Golden Teeth just as Ju's men torture Golden Teeth and inform him that he will take the fall for Minji's death. Meanwhile, Minji is out on the road in the heavy rain, looking to hitch a ride. Golden Teeth reveals that Minji is alive and has escaped, so Ju's men go out to find her, leaving one behind to finish Golden Teeth. However, Golden Teeth miraculously manages to survive. Kim reaches National Highway 87, where Minji was a while ago. There he finds a CCTV camera. He calls the laundromat owner to get a location on Minji, while the agents try to rationalise Mr. Kim's actions with Mole Cricket. He decides to find Minji and hold her hostage. The SMT team springs into action to find Minji, however she's actually riding in Mr. Ju's car, bringing this tense episode to a shocking end. Episode 6 of Agent Kim Reactivated opens with a flashback to 2006 on Jeju Island in South Korea. Kim is assigned to safeguard the US President's daughter, who's currently on a week-long vacation. When Kim reaches the hotel, he finds Park Jin-chul and Han-soo already there, setting up surveillance. We also see how he gets to creating the bunker. Later that night, the trio reconvene at a local eatery to discuss the mission, but they're clearly at loggerheads with each other. Jin-chul invites Han-soo for a fight outside, while Kim calmly finishes his meal. Back to the present, we see Minji get into Mr. Ju's car. Mole Cricket and his SMD agency's team get to search him for Minji. Now, an agent secretly informs Mr. Kim of the development, and Kim and Han-soo follow suit to her location, which is Musu Mountain. Now it's daybreak by the time Minji reaches Musu Mountain, and her attempt to call home is also thwarted, so she is taken in to get changed and cleaned. Now Mr. Ju speaks to her about the incident and she's visibly scared. She asks to speak to her father, but Mr. Ju forbids her. And Mr. Ju confronts her bluff and holds her hostage, telling her how he'll fabricate the story, but is interrupted by the SMD agents. The agents swarm into the estate and Mr. Ju orders to hide Minji in the basement. He then calls the Vice Minister of National Security about the SMD agency's ambush. Now Mr. Ju plays smartly to Mole Cricket's orders, and outside his assistant is seen hitting every SMD agent. Kim and Han-soo put surveillance on the house, and they notice the laundromat owner and the female agent heading the other way to another property. They decide to split up. Now Mole Cricket receives a call from the Vice Minister and promptly leaves. Mole Cricket and his team diverge their ways, and we see that the laundromat owner retrieve Minji after putting up a fight with Mr. Ju's men. The Mole Cricket takes her away and doesn't answer any of Minji's questions, and she's rendered unconscious by the agent. Kim attacks the other SMD agents, keeping a watch on the house, and finds that Minji is being taken to the headquarters. He uses a radio to speak to Minji, but Mole Cricket answers him with a challenge. While this is going on, we see the laundromat owner is not happy with Mole Cricket's methods to get to Mr. Kim. Jin-chul arrives at a trailer room and finds his wife there. He's scared of her and reveals the entire ordeal in excruciating detail. She lets him go and leaves, saying that she's worried about those going up against her. He takes the weapons from the trailer, addressing them as kids. Now at the headquarters, Mole Cricket orders for Minji to be taken to an interrogation room, and he also initiates an emergency alert protocol. And while Minji is being taken away, Han-soo slides out from the bottom of the car and sneaks his way in. Meanwhile, the entire HQ is being put under heavy guard in anticipation of Mr. Kim. Han-soo reaches the interrogation room only to find the entire floor heavily guarded. He traps a janitor lady and takes some supplies from the tray to defuse the power from the mechanical room. He heads to the interrogation room next, where Minji is put under heavy surveillance. Mole Cricket comes clean about Kim's past to Minji and demands the truth from her about her kidnapping. Now she reveals the events, but Mole Cricket finds it hard to believe. Just then the Vice Minister of Security arrives and Mole Cricket orders Minji to hide. Han-soo notices Minji being transported again and follows the route, where she's taken to Isolation Room A. The Vice Minister lashes out at Mole Cricket and demands to see Minji. Mole Cricket fires back with insults and threats. Meanwhile, Han-soo rescues Minji through the air vents, and Han-soo's trigger in the mechanical room seems to work, creating a blackout. The SMD agents are alerted and Han-soo is captured with Minji. He tells her to run to the emergency exit, and Jin-chul arrives there too, guns ablaze, but the rounds are all blanks. The three are cornered and their car is also ruined, so Han-soo surrenders, and just then Mr. Kim arrives, almost killing the Vice Minister. The episode then ends with Mr. Kim finally seeing his daughter alive and well. Phew, well that was intense, wasn't it guys? Because Agent Kim Reactivated continues to deliver enthralling action this week, with a double bill that basically doubles down on the amount of thrills, while also injecting in little bits of humour. Jin-chul heading into the basement with guns that fire blanks is just the right amount of crazy ridiculousness to stop this one slipping into full-on melodrama. However, the situation involving Minji is just as tenuous as it was several episodes ago when she was kidnapped and put into cold storage. With Mr. Ju now holding most of the cards, Kim's prospects of getting everyone back unscathed are looking more bleak than ever before. Now as we cross the halfway point of this one, SBS's drama doesn't look like slowing down anytime soon. And we're all left wondering what direction this one will go in the episodes ahead. Thanks for watching, and do let us know your thoughts in the comments below. Smash a like or subscribe to the channel, your support is very much appreciated. I'm Greg Wheeler, and from all of us over here at The Review Geek, we'll see you on the next video.